and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call to order the public hearing on the 2015 tax levy. Need a roll call for that, please?
Owen? Here. Lee?
Here.
Sullivan? Collins?
Here.
Bessler? Here. Childers?
Here.
McGrath?
Here. Mary, can you tell us the purpose of the hearing and take us through the agenda?
Sure. The purpose of the hearing is to allow the community a chance to address the board on the 2015 tax levy, even though we were not required to publish the levy in the taxpayer in the newspaper and comply with the Truth in Taxation Act, because we are not asking for an increase of greater than 5%. We have chosen to do that to give the community notice of the levy and to allow them time to address the board. The levy is based on the 2014 Consumer Price Index, which increased by 0.81%. The Consumer Price Index over the last 5 years has averaged 1.7%, and that is the amount that caps our tax levy. So at this time, it's a chance for anybody in the public to come up and address the board on the tax levy.
Are there any public comments? All right, hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn? Second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Next we have the regular meeting of the Board of Education. Can we take the roll call, please, Judy?
Sullivan? Owen? Aye. Here. Bessler? Here. Collins?
Here.
Childers?
Here.
Lee?
Here.
McGrath?
Here. All right, for the first item up tonight, we have 207's Best Award for Fine and Performing Arts. We'll start with Maine West.
Hey, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce to you Maddie Colbers. Maddie, stand up please, we can see you. There you are. This month we're honoring students in the area of fine and performing arts, and when you think of those areas, you think of Maddie. She is absolutely unbelievable. She's a singer, a dancer, she's in the orchestra. You can find her behind the camera, in front of the camera, behind the microphone. She's gotten up in front of 2,100 students and has sung the national anthem in front of everybody by herself and brought us all to our feet. Well, we're on our feet, sorry. Got the chills from just hearing her. It's just absolutely amazing young lady. She's the station manager for WMTH radio station. She's a guitar player, she's an actress, and she's the director of the live WMTH TV shoots for the events that are going on at Maine West. Her teacher is here, and Mr. Schafferin, who has written some wonderful things about her, and I want to share some highlights of what he said. He says, Maddie is a well-respected member of the station staff and uses a lead-by-example style. As an actor in 4 of my main stage productions, Maddie is highly directable and constantly incorporates nuances into her performances. She's an accomplished singer, whether performing on stage with her guitar or singing the national anthem solo in front of large assemblies. She can also be counted on to deliver under pressure, high-quality work, and has never missed one of our deadlines. And we're talking about doing tribe news and things that get put on for our entire student population. Maddie is always there for us. I see her always at school doing wonderful things for us. She's reliable, responsible, trustworthy, and perhaps best of all, highly disciplined and able to work independently without direct supervision. Besides her commitment to her own work and projects, she is always willing to help out her fellow students, often volunteering to contribute in whatever capacity needed, whether in front of the camera or behind the scenes. And a staff costumer who works with Maddie when she's in the place says, Ms. Katie Murphy adds, she's always where she needs to be, when she needs to be there, ready to work. Her commitment and energy is an excellent example to other students. She's a natural leader and truly represents the best of Maine West. She can pop up from just sitting in a classroom, get behind that camera and look like she's been rehearsing all day and night. And then she can get behind there and edit it and then get it on the screen for everybody to see. She's a wonderful actress. We've seen her in our plays and performances, and she's a very, very talented musician. So she is quite deserving of 207's Best, and I'm very proud to honor her tonight on behalf of the Fine Arts Department. Congratulations. Patty, can you tell us who's here with you tonight, and then tell us what your plans are for the future?
All right. Well, I have my mom, my dad, my little sister, and chaperone. And my plans for next year are to go out to California to pursue a degree in film directing and editing. Thank you.
Next is Mamie.
Hi, everybody. I am pleased to introduce our 207's Best for Fine Performing Arts, Mr. Derek Liados. So Derek is been one of these students that came in. If you kind of take a look at everything he's done at Maine East, he was kind of your accelerated student, and he was doing a little bit of fine arts. And I realized as I was looking at his transcript, he is going to graduate with 11 credits in fine arts, which, given that you need 23.25 to graduate, is done pretty well where he's managed to leverage these last couple of years. So you'll find him a lot there. I remember specifically, if you know anything about like music and stuff, bassoon players don't just grow on trees. And all of a sudden, you don't necessarily have kids who are playing bassoon in junior high come across. And I remember going to a band concert and was like, well, looky there, there's a bassoon player in there. And found out it was Derek. It's like, all right, cool. And in that period of time, I mean, he's really taken that very seriously, and he's turned into a very respectable bassoonist, if you will. He's also been very active on stage. I think, again, that was one when I think back 3 or 4 years ago, and we had some really big personalities who were doing other things on stage. And then there was this freshman kid over here, this like, who is he? And all of a sudden, they all went away and graduated, and Derek came into his own, I think, in the sophomore year. Started to see him on stage more and more, has great presence, great personality, charismatic kind of guy. And it's been those two things between seeing him on stage and seeing him in music ensemble. So as a member of the Wind Symphony, that's the audition group at Maine East, he has auditioned to earn a place in that band all 4 years. So all freshmen don't necessarily get to play there. And this last year has been a drum major for the Blue Regiment. He's been playing in the symphony orchestra as well as a bassoonist. And he's also been a singer. He's involved in choral ensembles this year. He's been a member of Demon Airs. Been very prominently featured in all stage productions, whether that's V show or straight play or the musical, and has actually earned position in the cast last year and again this year at the Illinois State Theater Festival, which is a big deal. That's a very competitive thing, and to do that 2 years running is something to be pretty proud of. He's been pretty active. He's got some AP class things sort of going on. He is, Derek is currently our thespian president and is vice president of the Triumph Music Honor Society. Triumph, for those of you, is an international music society for which Chapter 1 is Maine East High School. It was founded by Alex Harley, who was the fine arts chair and music teacher for years and years. So Derek is vice president of that group. And he's also auditioned and was a member of the Illinois Music Educators Association District Choir this past year as well. In terms of band, Pam Holt, band director, says Derek strives with each piece and each concert to dig into both the technique of playing bassoon and getting to know the composer and his or her intentions. Takes classical music very seriously and has worked tirelessly with his fellow students to foster a commitment to excellence in all musical performance venues, from the marching field to the concert stage. He's also been a 2-year music theory student. He's in advanced placement theory, and according to Pam, has done some really nice work there as well. So truly he has done what he's needed to do to be a truly literate musician. On stage, Karen Hall, our drama teacher, said, pushes himself to be the best of the class. Every day in drama class, he tries and succeeds to master one more skill or one more technique. Derek is genuine in his desire to excel in whatever performance genre he finds himself in, whether it's a cheesy character in a Hunger Games parody or John Proctor in The Crucible. He's a hard worker who often forgoes personal accolades for group success. He's a teaching assistant to the Drama 1 students and has also been working with some of the younger band students. So really is kind of giving it back in terms of helping our younger students, and I think they really look up, I know they look up to him as an individual who does it and is a nice and friendly and giving individual. I think everybody, all the teachers, the fine arts faculty agree that Derek's greatest strength is his willingness to grow through coaching and critique, and I think that's a pretty amazing quality that will suit him well in life. So we are extremely proud of you. And he's actually in the middle of callback auditions for Mary Poppins right now. So he's probably thinking, okay, I better get back up there. He's got the role that he's hoping to get. So congratulations, Derek. Very proud of you. Is anybody here with you tonight?
I have my choir director, Mr. Boyle. We're a little light because, as Dr. Presley said, my theater director and Mr. Eubank, the head of our finance department, are at callbacks right now, so my family couldn't make it. But thank you for being here, Mr. Boyle. I hope to, in the future, pursue a degree, Bachelor's of Fine Arts degree in musical theater in college, so it's fun. Thank you so much.
Yes, Maine South is proud to present Bonnie Milliner as our award winner this month. So the PA wing says if we could appoint a mayor for the performing arts wing down at Maine South, it would be Bonnie. She's everywhere. She's a member of the band, choir, drama programs, and a leader in each one. She's the Thespian president this year. And younger students and less experienced students really look up to Bonnie, and they value her as a mentor, even so much so that at parent-teacher conferences, a couple of other parents mentioned how their children talk about Bonnie at home. So never underestimate the impact that all of you might have on some of the younger students that you work with. She's a very dedicated flute section leader in the band as well. When she learned that part of her duties entailed teaching sectionals for band camp, she developed lesson plans for every day at camp that included goals, rehearsal strategies, assessments, and team-building activities. So watch your back, Mr. Hutter. Which is also very fitting that I learned after I had written this letter that she was named to the Illinois Music Educator Association All-State Future Music Educators Program. So she's on the right track to give back to a lot of students in the future. So we're excited about that prospect. She's put her music and acting skills together. She was the student director of our spring musical last year. And that she became a liaison between multiple disciplines that included over 200 students. And in her directing role, she took copious notes on a daily basis after every rehearsal that assisted in unifying the music with the on-stage acting, singing, and overall design of the production. I can only imagine the amount of time that takes and effort, and at the same time, she is a phenomenal student for us at Maine South. A couple things I want to talk about her actual classroom. I talked to Mrs. Sanchez, who's now one of our counselors, and had Bonnie in class, and she remembers Bonnie in her English 2 Accelerated class. Bonnie was part of a group who made a video adapting the witches scene in Macbeth. She and her classmates dressed up as 50s housewives and used 50s sitcom music in the background. The contrast between the sinister spells the witches were casting and the perky characters they were playing was absolutely hilarious. Later in the year, Bonnie made a piñata with various pictures of the most annoying characters in Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Collins. We had a class party before winter break in which we took turns gently hitting Mr. Collins' piñata until the candy came out. So Bonnie has such a creative force in the class. It was a delight to have, and just a fantastic sense of humor that she carries throughout her day at Maine South and her interactions with students, staff, and as in her creative side as well. She certainly has a bright future. Obviously, she's headed down the road to music education, And she has this unique gift of pushing beyond the expected and ordinary and embracing her creative self, ensuring that no matter what Bonnie decides to pursue, she will do so in an all-in way that's a true expression of herself. She has a gift I wish I could bestow upon all of our students at Maine South. So thank you, Bonnie, for being a great representative. So Bonnie, who is with you and what are some future plans?
This is my mom, my aunt is back there, and Mr. Hadley, Mrs. Keith. And in the future, I'm, like I said, going into music education and hopefully still doing theater in college.
Excellent. There you go.
The board recipients and the principals would like to step out into the hallway, would like to take up a picture. And this is also your chance to leave the meeting.
Yeah, it's coming up. You're getting there. Exactly.
Hi, Mom, how are you?
Just make sure. I did. Have fun.
Next is item 3A, public comments. Does anyone who has a comment to please fill out a comment card on the table back there. And each person will have no more than 3 minutes to address the board. Thank you. So far we have any more comments. So far we have 2 comments. First, Mr. Jankowski.
It's going to be Mrs. Jankowski, she's going to make a statement. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm Maria Jankowski. I'm the parent of the special education students in this district, and today I wanted to talk about withholding information regarding the medication for my daughter, and also about temporary emails. My daughter is physically disabled, also with multiple medical needs. And on night 21 during the IEP meeting, nurse and also chairperson still don't know how to apply the medication for my daughter since the beginning of the last year when they had communication with me. And they were thinking my daughter can self-administrate medication by the inhaler for her asthma, which I say it's not true, and she cannot do it. A nurse sent information to ISBE on night 21, the day when was the IEP meeting. ISBE answered her and her email, responded her email the same day. On 10/4, which is over a month ago, finally chairperson sent me some information regarding that I emailed. Why took the chairperson so long to give me that information? She was without holding very important information regarding the medication. Also, she was giving me some information which the nurse supposed to give me regarding that inhaler in writing to me, and she didn't forward me complete email to me. Why chairperson without holding information regarding my daughter, especially my daughter, it's a special needs, disabled student with multiple medical needs, and why she not showing dates on the emails? Without holding information regarding medication to special needs disabled students cannot be permitted by the public official, and especially by the chairperson. Tampering with emails cannot be permitted also by the public official who is chairperson and who cut my information, cut my communication with the staff working with my daughter, with the case manager, with nurse, with everybody who's giving care for my daughter last year on October 29, when they don't know how to take care of my daughter after when I bring her to the school with the permission from the doctor. They still don't know after 1.5 years how to care for her. I worry about my daughter's safety every day when she's going at the school, and accident happen a lot. I'm not talking about it because I got 40 minutes, I wanted to stick with the time. Thank you.
Thank you. I will note that I spoke to Dr. Wallace, and he has invited you to meet with him. I would ask that you meet with him before you come before the board again, so that we can address this through the proper channels.
Yes, the chairperson was asking me for the meeting in the middle of the November. I don't have the dates in front of me. But I think so it's really back to date. The first time when I was telling Director of Special Education about meeting with the superintendent was last year on September 2nd. The second time I was writing him email why he cut my communication and access to the school. On December last year, I was reminded here on September 8th on the board education meeting when he was giving the card, I was asking for card for me and asking for the meeting personally and introduce myself. Didn't happen. I think so. It's 1.5 years. It's really bad today. So
how you got their channels and Dr.
so
Wallace?
that's what I'm speaking now in public because before I was emailing people and they don't answer me. And I was going by the stage, business line to giving them information. Thank you.
Okay, now, well, I'm just going to reiterate what Mrs. Jankowski just said. This is serious. This is a public official that's withholding information regarding medication. It's the chairperson at Maine East Special Education. We have documentation that we are going to share today. Not only did she withhold information, she also tampered with emails. This is a public official. This is regarding our daughter. This has been going on for 1 year, and there's been multiple times, 1.5 years, but this is multiple times we asked for that information. I had to collect with FOIA and receive this information from Springfield with the correct emails showing that the chairperson lied. This cannot be permitted. You cannot have public officials tampering with emails and withholding information. You will receive the emails, and I want to see your response as board members, what you're going to do about this chairperson. Give the
And I
documentation.
wanted to also add, I don't have any response from the board from the last month.
Yeah. Unless you allow tampering, I want to know. The first email is what we received from the chairperson. And we never even had that, the first paragraph, we never ever received it. The second part of that email is the answer from the ISBE nurse. The second page is the correct email showing the truth of what was supposedly written.
Also, I wanted to add, because I was asking, and it was disagreement on the IEP meeting on May 21, which was taken, since my daughter came to the school, I taking every meeting here, and if you see the tapes and the reports from the IEP meeting, it's two different things. It's not what is on the tape and not what is on the paper. Also, on 9/21, the nurse exactly sent the email to the ISP. And I was reminded chairperson a few times asking for the copy. Yes,
Right.
it is.
Yeah, thank you.
And finally, she sent me 10 Tory on October 30, so it's like 40 days.
This was
And we have to go for FOIA after when we're receiving from her in November, we go for FOIA for ISB. And you can see what's
We
there.
will provide the information to Dr. Wallace.
I hope, because you know what, disabled kids at times cannot communicate with parents, cannot do anything. And if they close their school, I'm the parents, I have to know what my daughter's doing. And if the chairpersons tampering emails, if it's giving the wrong information, you know what, I worry every day since my daughter's there. And I surprised the other people who was receiving email from me didn't catch that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next item is the update from the superintendent. Ken, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, do you have any updates this month?
Nothing to say. The department and I are
unless absolutely essential, we will try to muddle through without you here. Thank you. And if there's anything essential, we'll try again later. Any updates from board members? Mary?
I just would like to have everyone make sure they see this schedule about the holiday musical events. It is really phenomenal. I've been to the prison concert twice at Maine West. St. Stephen's are doing it twice. And it's a beautiful, beautiful event. And I love Maine East has a fantastic music program, and I was at Maine South Veterans Day program, and the talent we have in our schools is great, and anybody that can attend these, I certainly hope they will be able to.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, Finance Committee update.
I chaired in the absence of Board Member Sullivan being here, and we have 2 items that will be brought up.
Okay. Next up, Buildings and Grounds.
Buildings and Ground Committee met earlier tonight starting about 5:20. We went over 6 items with Mary and Dave, including their exploration of request for qualification for an architect for the district, performance contracting, and direct civil and mechanical engineering, exploring getting direct and civil mechanical engineering for certain projects. They also gave us an update on the 10-year facilities plan and correlating discussion regarding qualified school construction bonds, which could be obtained if we apply by mid-January with no additional costs to taxpayers. So it's something that is more imminent that we're going to be discussing in more detail. There's 2 change orders. We went through the change orders for the Maine West Athletic Facility Addition. 2 of those are over $10,000 in board approval, and we will be discussing later this season. The meeting was adjourned at 5:45.
Thank you very much. Monthly status of finances. Mary?
In your board packet is the October financial report. October represents 33% of the year. It's complete. On the revenue side, we are tracking similar to how we've done in other years, primarily because of the property tax collections, which have already been collected for the first half of the year. On the expenditure side, we're tracking in line with previous years. Again, we're slightly lower in the education fund because we have summer paychecks that are paid out in June, which catch us up. The state continues to be behind in their payments to the school district, but that's been going on for several years. I will entertain any questions that anybody has on the October financial report.
Are there any questions? Okay. Thank you very much. Next item is, there's nothing under instructional services this month, so the next item is the monthly update on FOIA request. Hank, if you'll
I'll take that for
please.
Dr. Wallace. One was received and it was processed.
Okay, thank you. Next is the consent agenda, items 7A through G. Do I have a motion, please?
I so moved.
Mary?
Is it through G or F?
G. G.
Okay. I'll second.
That's the funds before docs. The numbering is slightly different in our online versus the official agenda.
I just thought I was missing.
Is there any item that anyone has any comment on before we vote? Okay, thank you. Jenny, call the roll, please.
Childers? Aye. Lee?
Aye.
Owen? Aye. Bessler?
Aye.
Collins? Aye. McGrath?
Aye. Item 8 is the approval of 403B and 457 vendors. Can I have a motion, please?
I so.
Paula, second, okay. Was this one of the items that was discussed at the finance?
Yes, it was.
Okay, Mary, can you give us a?
We offer non-elective, elective, and 457 plans. We want to add a vendor, so we brought the complete list for the board for approval. The vendor we're adding is Fidelity, who is an elective 403B. We're adding them to the non-elective list as well. And that's done at the request of employees.
And was recommended by the finance committee?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, please take the roll, please.
Collins. Aye. Owen. Aye. Bessler. Aye. Lee.
Aye.
Childers.
Aye.
McGrath.
Aye. I have a motion with respect to item 9, the 2015 tax levy.
So moved.
Second. Gary, thank you. Mary,
The
please?
tax levy was first presented to the board at the November meeting. We published the notification of truth in taxation, which outlines what the levy request is, on November 27th. Earlier this evening, we had a public hearing on the tax levy. We are asking for a tax levy of $114,833,763, which represents a 2.04% increase. We believe that we will get a 0.8% increase on our cap funds because we're not recommending the abatement of the debt service fund. The debt service extension of about $1.4 million will bring the levy to a 2.1% increase.
Is there any discussion by the board? Thank you very much. Please, could take the roll, please.
Childers.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Owen. Aye. Bessler. Collins. McGrath.
Aye. Item 10, the approval of change orders for the Maine West Athletic Edition. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Second. Thank you. Mary, can you tell us all about these?
Change order 12, as we discussed for probably the last couple months, we had unsuitable soil. We went through our allowance, so there was additional unsuitable soil in the bus concourse and parking lot. And because of that unsuitable soil, we also needed to adjust the size of a footing in the building. So change order 12 is for $16,506.25, which represents the amount of the unsuitable soil removal and then recompaction and the size of the footing. Change order 14 is for locker room screenings. One of the unique features about the Maine West athletic locker rooms now is they have exiting doors that exit to the outside. One of the things that they failed to design in there was some screening, so when those doors were open, you could see into the locker room. So we have a change order that installs screening that is very much what you see at public swimming pools, where it's kind of L-shaped, so that now those doors can be open and you can't see inside the locker room.
And these change orders were recommended.
These change orders were recommended by the Buildings and Grounds Committee.
Thank you. Are there any other questions or comments regarding these change orders? Hearing none, please take the roll, please.
Owen. Aye. Lee.
Aye.
Collins. Aye. Childers. Aye. Bessler. McGrath.
Aye. Item 11 is calendar items, noting that our final exams will be prior to Christmas this year. And we have the winter break, and we have the calendar of the holiday concerts. Is there anything else that we need to add to the calendar at this time?
Just to note that our board meeting is going to be
Yes, it is the 11th. The school is not in session on the 4th. That's what fakes Mary for making note of that. Everybody's showing up on the 4th.
I was close.
Okay. Any other calendar items? And then could you guys already cards for additional public comments, please?
No, there's no additional.
Okay. Next item is item 13, closed session. Can I have a motion to go into closed session for item B, review of closed session minutes? Item C, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. And item G, litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of a particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal.
So moved.
Second, thank you very much.
Lee. Owen. Aye. Childers. Aye. Bessler. Aye. Collins.
Aye.
McGrath.
Aye. All right, we are in closed session. Mary? Jim, thank you.
Collins? Here. Childs?
Well, I thought we were saying here for
That
open
we're
session.
To return to open session.
Oh, aye, okay. I thought we were
Collins,
here in open
Childs,
session.
Lee,
Aye.
Bessler,
Too confusing.
Owen. Aye. McGrath.
Aye. Can I have a motion for item 15A through C, personnel actions?
Aye. So moved.
Oh, wait. Appendices?
Oh, the right there, that's it.
They're included, and the appendices for VFC.
I so move.
Second. Paul, thank you. Judy, you can take the roll, please.
Owen.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Childers.
Aye.
Bessler. Collins.
Aye.
McGrath.
Aye. I don't think there are any other items. Can I have a motion for 17, the approval of closed session minutes?
So moved. I second.
Any comments? Corrections? Jenny, you can take the roll, please.
Bessler. Childers.
Aye.
Collins.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Owen. McGrath.
Aye. There are no actions on closed session items needed. I have a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Somebody second that.